My name is Dr. Thomas Lucky. I'm again here to discuss a recent finding in the newspaper that has came out, as well as Yahoo News, indicating that vitamin E pills are linked with prostate cancer risks. It's very important that I emphasize to my patients, as well as friends on which my patients happen to be my friends, the risks associated with vitamin E and prostate cancer risks. This was actually published and essentially funded by the National Cancer Institute and the National Center for Complementary and Alternative Medicine, that paid multi-millions of dollars of what I call wasted dollars to promote such propaganda. They indicated in this trial, the trial is a continuation of the SELECT trial, which is the selenium and the vitamin E cancer prevention trial, that indicated that there was a 17% increase in people using vitamin E and prostate cancer. You look at the trial, and you can find the trial by just searching the internet, looking up SELECT, and seeing what kind of vitamin E that they actually use, because that's the number one thing you want to think about when you look at validity of the trial, because we talked about in the book racemic vitamin E, in which you have a right polarized and a left polarized, or positive and negative spins that indicate whether it is natural, from a more natural source, versus from a man-made chemical synthesized piece of garbage that a lot of times comes from either raw sewage or from the emulsion process and films that they actually, a lot of vitamin makers use their byproducts from, and to form these vitamins. So of course it's DL alpha tocopherol that they are actually, not even ferrol, but ferroacetate, which is a bogus form of vitamin E that essentially, I believe, definitely causes malignancies in every aspect, because it's very toxic for the body and very energy draining. If they really wanted to do a study, they would do mixed tocotrienols and tocopherols, with gamma being very important. You just don't take a piece of a vitamin actually and study it. But they believe the masses will be confused about this study since they brought in that it was funded by the arm of the government, National Center of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, that wasted all this money, and people will just be led to stop their vitamin E because it was toxic. This comes also, just happens to be that they just recommended the U.S. Preventive Task Force not screening people for prostate cancer anymore, because it's a waste of money. I totally agree with that, but the issue is because there's a lot of unnecessary procedures that are being done. You might have prostatitis, you might have increased BPH, or maybe other sources of PSA that are occurring in the body. But the issue is, and I have other ways to figure this out too, myself, by using bioenergetic technology and screening that I personally do. But so I'm happy when they eradicate a test that costs a lot of money and costs a lot of suffering and pain. But the issue goes back to, if you stop your vitamin E supplementation or vitamins, then you might have an increased risk of malignancy or abnormal cells in the body, as well as other medical problems, because we know the benefits of vitamin E when it's studied appropriately. But you're not going to get appropriately studied vitamin E, because it's not about whether your health is important. It's about the money. The bottom line is how to make money and how to do things in a way that you actually make it look like you're doing it for the health benefits, but you hide things. It's like when you look through this wonderful, it doesn't mention anything what they were using. It says a dummy pill. What's a dummy pill today? Nothing is inert. That's a bunch of hogwash. Everything carries a frequency. Everything carries energy. So there's no inert. And actually it's your intention. So if these people go into a study and they can lie to themselves and say, hey, we're trying to find out if actually this is preventive of a prostate malignancy. Well, guess what? They'll get exactly their intention, because they're really not looking for that at all, actually. The study is actually to knock the vitamin companies, actually. And you see the only response in this whole thing, the whole 2 pages here, that actually comes out. Duffy McKay, the Council for Responsible Nutrition and Supplement Maker Trade Group, said the study shouldn't be interpreted as questioning the benefits of vitamin E as an essential nutrient, and he said there is evidence that many Americans don't get enough. So look at the biasness of this study. This study is tremendously biased, and it's a disservice to humanity, actually. And it's just a way of getting the news out and actually confusing the masses of people and to scare them, because we believe the media. We believe everything they have to say. Well, I tell you one thing, you've got to get informed about your health. You look at the studies yourself. I'm sure the internet allows you to do that. Things that I can do, and I do because I think my patients are very important. I want them informed on all the full knowledge, not half the knowledge, because half the knowledge only empowers somebody else. When you get the full knowledge of what's going on in your life, you can make a decision and you can be empowered for health. Thank you, and have a great day.